All humans that have ever lived on earth have experienced that emotion, and it can be a very detrimental emotion. It can be an all-consuming emotion, and it is often regarded in a negative manner. So it is viewed as something that is to be avoided. However, there is a healthy type of anger, the type of anger that moves you to action, the type of anger that prompts you to move forward, that almost gives you the energy or propels you to move forward. So it's not that anger is bad. When anger becomes unhealthy is when we allow it to remain there and we allow it to continue to feed on our energy. A lot of the times, anger can be linked to feeling resent towards another person or holding a grudge towards another. And so that is very consuming to the individual that is experiencing anger based on that, the grudges and the unforgiveness, right? So that's when it becomes unhealthy. What I do want to share with you guys is that a lot of the times the anger that we are experiencing, when you look at it deep inside, when you look at the root of that anger, it's not the thing that we're upset about at all. A lot of the times that anger, and if not all the time, especially anger that you hold on to for a long time, can be based on prior pain. The root of the anger is pain, fear, grief. That pain then turns into anger when we're not able to process it, when we're not able to acknowledge it or face it. And so one of the things that can be really helpful when dealing with anger is to acknowledge the pain and the suffering. Really look at it, really kind of explore it and see where it comes from, where did it originate, and see if there's anything that you can do to heal the underlying cause of that anger. And then that will usually help resolve it. Now, I know it's not a one-time thing. For a lot of us, it's a process. And the reason why I'm talking about this right now is because for a lot of us, there's a lot of emotions that are coming up that maybe have been buried for a long time. Some of the emotions are from childhood. And so these things are coming up for us to be able to heal, because where we are going, we're not going to be able to take those things with us anymore. Whereas before we could walk around in rage or in anger all the time, now it's getting more difficult for us to hold on to those kind of emotions. They're not in alignment anymore with where we are wanting to be or where we are going. However, it doesn't mean that we condemn the emotions. As I've talked to you guys before, we were meant to be able to explore all emotions and to be able to flow with them. The thing that we were not meant to do was to identify with those emotions. And they think I'm an angry person, or I'm a this person, or I'm a that person, labeling certain emotions and identifying with them as if they are what you are. You are not any emotion. You have the ability to experience and to traverse through different emotions, but it doesn't mean that is what you are. You are much more than just an emotion. We're not walking sets of emotions here. We're a lot more than that. So when it becomes difficult is when we identify with those emotions, when we think that they are what we are. We make them a part of our suit, right? A part of our dress, and we say, this is who I am. I'm an angry person, or I'm a this person, right? So you're none of those things. You are vast, you are immense, you are beyond any emotion, beyond any human experience that you could ever imagine. And so I want to share that with you guys. The other thing that I wanted to share is also that it's really important for us to be able to acknowledge whatever we have coming up, and for you to be able to accept who you are, and the fact that you may be a person that is having a certain experience, but again, it doesn't mean that that is what you are all about. There are many facets to humans, and sometimes those facets can be a happy face, sometimes it can be a sad face, so they can be an angry face, and that's okay. We're allowed to move through our emotions as we need to, and we are fully supported. I love you.